Today, I want to tell you that you don't need to be scared of social media ads. So this morning, I actually met with a representative from the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. And as we're sitting there and we're having a conversation, she's telling me how they have 2,500 members and so many other members are scared of social media. They don't know what to do. They don't think it'll work. But she said they all need it. She's like, I can't tell you how many of my customers need this, but they're scared of it. They don't know what to do. They don't think it works. There's so much doubt, right? And so I started to explain to her how easy it is to literally create a path directly from social media, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, right? How easy it is to create a path to revenue and how you can track it along the way, right? And so there's no mystery, right? There's no question whether or not it works or not, right? And so at the end of the conversation, she actually asked me to come up with a package that we can use for our members because they all need it. They're scared of it. They need to understand it. And I was thinking today, I was like, man, small business owners in Las Vegas, man, they need you need to understand this stuff, right? Because it's not scary. It's not a mystery. It's not this, eighth wonder of the world, right? It's literally something super simple that you can do. Now, there's a couple things that make it easier for some businesses than others, all right? And so typically, I've been doing it for about 2 years now. I've been working with some restaurants, cosmetology businesses, some health and fitness businesses, just some different industries. And for pretty much myself and my business partner have kind of been doing it as freelancers, right? We've just kind of been working with people, just to be able to have freedom and live our lifestyle. But the more and more I talk to small business owners, the more I see how much they actually need it. And I think I have a duty and an obligation as someone that lives here in Vegas, as someone that knows how to do this stuff, to show people how to do it. And not just show people how to do it, but show people how to do it affordably, where it's not going to, kill your business, right? If you're only making $250K in revenue a year, right? Or somewhere around there, $500K in revenue a year, this, you don't have thousands of dollars every month to spend on advertising and all this stuff unless you know it's going to work. And so what I want to show you today is very simply how you can advertise your small business using social media and guarantee your results, okay? So I'm gonna keep it very simple, very straight to the point, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So basically there's 3 parts that you wanna focus on when you're running ads online, okay? So the first one is your ad, right? You have your ad, and then once you run your ad, you want to capture information, and then you want to sell, right? So it's really a 3-part series: ad, capture, sell. And when I say ad, capture, sell, what I'm talking about is this is your sales process, all right? So in your ad, the reason why social media ads don't work is, number one, you're trying to sell too hard, right? Remember, it's social media. When someone goes on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, they never say, I wonder what I'm gonna buy today, right? Or they never ask their spouse, honey, do you need something from Facebook? They never do that, but they are always buying. People are always buying on these platforms. And so why would an ad work on Facebook? How does it work? So basically, when people are searching on Google, that's a search ad, right? Someone is intentionally looking for something. Okay, but when they're on social media, we call it a disruptive ad because the ad is something that someone wasn't looking for. They weren't necessarily thinking about that at the time, but the ad caught their attention, made them pay attention, and then took them down this path, right, in this journey. And so when you're creating your ads, the best things you can do, there's really 2 things that you need to do. Number one, know who you're talking to, right? Because if you're a gym, right? If you're a gym, and by the way, gyms, chiropractors, dentists, all these local businesses that are looking for leads, specifically leads, this process works amazing for. So first off, if you got to know who you're talking to, and don't be scared of having multiple ads talking to multiple different people. So the example is me. I'm a 6'2", 260-pound former Division I football player, right? So if you're a gym and you're showing an ad to me, and then you're showing an ad to my girlfriend who is 5'2", 100 and something pounds, and never played sports or anything like that. If you're showing the same ad to both of us, you're not going to have a great shot at getting us to take action, because you're not speaking to my needs, desires, and goals and wants, and you're not speaking to her needs, desires, and goals and wants. You're just generally throwing stuff out there, right? So first and foremost, you got to know who you're talking to, right? Who is the person you're talking to? What are their goals? What are their needs? What are their wants? What are the things they desire? Now, obviously, certain industries, it makes it a little easier, right? Because if you're a restaurant, you might serve a larger percentage of the population, but also people typically aren't going to drive, especially here in Vegas. People aren't going to drive more than a few miles to go eat unless it's a really special occasion, right? So when you're trying to run your ad across all of Las Vegas, you're going to waste a lot of money, right? Versus running a proximity ad of people that live within 3 or 4 miles of your restaurant. So first thing, know who you're talking to. The next thing that really helps your ad out, that helps it perform so you can actually get to revenue, right, is having a compelling, irresistible offer, all right? So here's the thing. You don't want to give away the house, right? You don't want to give away the house, but you want your customer, the person you're speaking to say, yes, I have to have that thing, right? So if you're a gym, maybe it's 1 week free, which has been proven to be the #1 most effective ad on social media for gyms. If you're a dentist, maybe it's a free tooth cleaning, right? If you're a chiropractor, maybe it's a free massage, or maybe it's a free adjustment. Something that your ideal customer has to say yes to. Now, it doesn't always have to be something for free. Maybe you give them like a gift card or a credit or something that they can use toward your services. So if your service is normally $97, don't give them, instead of giving them 50% off, give them a $50 gift card, right? $50 gift card that can be used towards your services. And so start thinking of ways of how you can give something for free, because free is the most powerful word in the English language, right? And it's the most powerful word in advertising. So you want to have an amazing offer, okay? And I just put a little bow there for the offer. So those are the things that you want to do in your ad. You want to know who you're talking to, right? And you want to know what's an offer you can put in front of them that they have to say yes to. And another thing too is, you don't be scared to test different offers, right? Don't be scared to test different offers. There's all these different things you can test along this, but like I said, I'm going to keep this super simple so it makes sense, and you can actually start doing it today if you wanted to. So you create your ad, right? You can use a photo, but I recommend video, and I'm going to tell you why I recommend video in just a few minutes. But you run your ad, and then you run your ad, and the next thing you want to do is capture their information. And there's a couple ways you can do this. You can have people send you a message right there in Facebook through Messenger, right? So you can have them send you, hey, send us your information down below, and we'll send you your gift card. You can keep it super simple. What we typically do is we create a landing page with the software, super simple, and the landing page will show, so it's set up kind of like this. And if you don't know what a landing page is, think of it like a website that only has one goal. So normally people go to a website and they can click about, they can click contact, they can click services, all these different things. A landing page only has one goal, and that's to capture a lead. So what you do in a landing page is you put your headline, you can put like an image or a video of what the person's going to get, and then you put a little box for their name, email, and phone number, and then a button, right? So we usually use landing pages, and the reason we use landing pages is because of two things, right? Number one, it directs people to do exactly what you want them to do. But number two, you can actually set up a little tracking pixel on these sites. And what I mean by a tracking pixel is imagine it like a tracking ninja, right? And this ninja sits on your page, and when people go to your page, now Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube knows that person has visited your page, And so if you want to show that those people that showed some interest, more ads in the future, you now have an audience of people that showed interest in what it is that you do, right? So step number one, create an ad, right? Know who you're talking to and give them a compelling offer. Once you do that, capture their information. You can do it right there on Facebook. There's something called a lead ad on Facebook. I'm not going to go all the way into all the details because I don't want to confuse you. But next thing you need to do is capture their information. Once you capture their information, you need to call them within 5 minutes, right? And you need to sell them, or right? You don't need to sell them, but you need to schedule the appointment. You need to schedule the free, gym assessment, right? You need to schedule the free tooth cleaning. You need to schedule the free massage. You need to schedule whatever it is that you're going to what you offer them, so that you can sell them in the future, right? And the reason I say within 5 minutes, because they've done studies on this. And if you call within 5 minutes of someone becoming a lead, right, of giving you their information, you will only get 70% of people to actually answer the phone, right? 70%. So right off the bat, out of every 10 people, you're only talking to 7 in 5 minutes. And then if you let it go longer than that, if you let it go over an hour, right? If you let it go to 1 hour, now you're dropping to under 30%, right? And so the longer you take, the less likely it is for someone to actually answer your call. So if you've ever ran ads like this in the past and you're like, oh, it doesn't work, well, probably you were taking too long to follow up with your leads, right? Because people's attention span is 6 seconds. 6 seconds is people's attention span when they're online. And so literally someone can fill out your form at 7 a.m. By 8 p.m., by 3 p.m., by 2 p.m., they've already forgotten they even went there, because they're doing so much online. They don't even remember that they visited your site or entered their information. Right, and ask yourself, have I ever done that? Yeah, you probably have. You probably entered your information somewhere or visited a website, and then a few hours later you completely forgot. That's why you gotta get these while they're hot. And there's ways that you can set up automations, right, where as soon as someone enters their name, email, and phone number on this page, you get a text message, you get an email. Maybe not you as the business owner, right, but your secretary, the person that follows up with your leads, your salespeople, if you have them, your receptionist, whoever that person is that schedules appointments. You can set up text and email notifications so they can be notified as soon as this happens, so they can follow up within the 5 minute time frame. Now, if you take 15 minutes, there's a big gap between 5 minutes and an hour, but you want to follow up as fast as possible. And so once you get there, then you rely on your sales process that you've been, doing for years, right, to close the deal. And so that's literally the 3-step process. You run an ad, okay? You capture information, and then you sell. Now, why did I said video is the way to go on ads, all right? And why do I say video is the way to go on ads? Well, here's why I say that. When you are running an ad on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, okay, you can actually track how long people watch your videos. And so if you have a video, you can see how many people watch 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 25%, 50%, 75%, 90%, 95%, all the way to 100%, okay? And so you're like, okay, cool, but what does that mean, right? Why do I care about that? Well, it's very simple. The longer someone watches your video, right? The longer someone watches your video, doesn't that show interest in what it is you're talking about, right? Because the average time on Facebook is 6 seconds, right? So if someone watched 10 seconds, they were at least a little bit interested, right? If someone watched 90% of your video, they were very interested. And so the cool thing that you can do is set up what's called retargeting audiences. And what you do is you can say, all right, Facebook, I want to create this audience. So I'm going to put like a bucket. Okay, we're going to imagine this a bucket of people, right? Okay. So I can tell Facebook, hey, Facebook, I want to create a bucket of people, an audience that watched at least 50% of my video, right? Because not everyone's going to take your offer the first time they see it. Now, the better the offer, the more likely they're going to take it, right? So if I said, hey, I'm going to give you, I own AJ's gym, right? And I'm going to give you a month for free. I'm going to give you a custom nutrition plan. I'm going to give you a custom workout plan. I'm going to give you 10 massage passes. I'm going to give you, I'm going to actually set you up with a chef who's going to cook your meals for you. And I'm going to give you all this stuff for free. If I gave you like the most ridiculous offer in the world, then yeah, then people are going to be jumping on it, right? The better the offer, the more likely someone's going to take it. But not always will someone take your offer the very first time they see your content, right? And so what you can do is you can take these people that showed interest and throw them into a bucket. And then once they're in their bucket, you can show them more ads in the future and keep on giving them a chance to enter their information and take advantage of your offer. And so this is very simple, right? You show the ad, you capture their information, and you sell to them. And those people that showed interest but didn't take an action, you keep on showing them valuable content, presenting the offer until they give you their information, and then you sell to them, right? That's the process. And the thing is, you can track every step along the way. And so what you need to know is, all right, how much do you put in, right? How much do you get out? That's the equation. How much do you put in? How much do you get out? So if you know that on average, it costs you, $30 in advertising to get one customer from social media, right? So say you put $30 in, then you ask yourself, what is the average customer worth to my business, right? And so you're gonna look at two numbers for that. First, you're gonna look at, okay, what is someone spending day number one, right? So if you're a chiropractor, you give someone a free massage and then you offer them an adjustment for whatever, $97 or, whatever that is, right? Well, then okay, my average upfront cost is $97. Okay, so I put in 30, I get 97 out. Okay, so that makes sense. But then the more important number is what's called lifetime value of a customer. What is lifetime value? That's how much a customer spends with you over the course of the lifetime, right? So someone might spend this $97 day one, right? But then what you gotta ask yourself is, okay, how often are they spending it, right? So how often are people spending that? And then how long does someone stay with you, right? So I'm gonna use a very simple example. We're gonna use $100 because it's a nice even number that we can use, okay? So if someone spends $100 with you on average, say you're a hairstylist, right? And someone spends $100 with you on average, okay? So you say, okay, people spend $100. How often do they come in? Say the ladies you work with, they come in twice a month, right? Say they typically come in twice a month. Okay, so that's $200 a month, right? And then how long do you normally keep your customers? Say for, most of your customers you've been working with for about a year, right? So then you would say, okay, so $100 is my cart value, right? But that's happening twice per month, so that's actually 200, right? And then they're staying for 12 months, right? So they're staying for 12 months. So my lifetime value of a customer is actually $2,400, right? You just got to know your numbers, right? You got to know your numbers and you got to do the math. And so would you put in 30 to get out 2,400? No brainer, right? No brainer. But the beautiful thing about using social media and why you shouldn't be scared of it is because say you put in $7, right? And you're getting no activity, right? You can turn this ad off and try a different ad and start again, right? And you can start with another $7. Unlike a billboard or a TV spot or a radio ad or printing out flyers and mailing out the flyers, with social media, you can turn these ads off after you spent 1 penny, right? After you spent 1 penny, or after you spent $20, or after you spent $100, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube allow you to turn off the ads at any time. Anytime you can turn off the ads. So you're really not making a commitment to wasting money if it's not working. You can stop and readjust as many times and as often as you need to, because they literally have a button where you click it and the campaign turns off. Now here's the thing. When you're doing all this stuff, I know, if you haven't been watching from the beginning, this looks confusing, so watch it from the beginning. But if you're doing all this stuff, you don't want to boost your post. Instead, what you want to do is go to business.facebook.com. Okay? And in here, this is called Business Manager. This is where you actually manage a business account on Facebook. It's not going to your page and clicking boost post. If that's what you've been doing, that's why this doesn't work for you, because you're not actually advertising. You're just letting Facebook pick, and it's not a good deal. So go to business.facebook.com, create your ad account, create your business manager account, create your ad account, and that's where you can do all this other complex stuff that I'm talking about with the audiences and the buckets and all those kind of things. So if you're a small business owner here in Las Vegas, right, especially if you're selling to consumers, you're looking for lead generation, right, or you're looking for people to walk into your place of location, like a restaurant, right, place of business like a restaurant. As long as you're doing one of the, those two things, and as long as you're willing to track your numbers, this works for you. And the last thing I'll tell you, I can get someone to watch a 30-minute video, and I'll show you in another video. I can get someone to watch 100% of a 30-minute video. Okay, 30-minute video. I don't know how long this one is so far, but 30-minute video for under $2. Okay, so let me ask you a question. When was the last time you were able to have a 30-minute commercial for less than $2? Doesn't exist. It doesn't exist anywhere. 30-minute commercial for less than $2, right? It sounds insane, but that's really what's going on here, right? The cool thing on YouTube, if someone doesn't watch at least 30 seconds of your video and they click skip, they skip your ad, you don't get charged. You don't even get charged until someone's watched at least 30 seconds of your video, right? So I tell you all of this stuff to very simply say, as a small business owner, if you're not using this, you're losing out on so much revenue. You can't even imagine how much you're losing out on. Like I've had campaigns with customers. A barbecue restaurant I was working with, we literally had over 600 new customers coming in a month, all because they saw ads on Facebook. We were only spending a couple $100, right? His average ticket value was $18 per customer, right? So we were spending like $400 or $500 a month on ads. He was generating like $8,000 to $12,000 a month in new business, right? It's like no brainer. We did it for a cosmetologist. We were getting leads for $2.36. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is so easy. It's so simple as long as you just follow the process, right? And so if you need help with this, feel free to send me a message. No pressure, right? But this is something that after meeting with her today, I realized, like, man, this is not as complicated or scary as you make it out to be. This is not a big monster. This is not some, it's some trickery. It's not some wizardry, right? It's literally like, okay, do you know who you're talking to? Do you have an amazing offer? Do you have a way to capture their information? And are you following up so you can sell to them? That's it. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. And with that, I hope I gave you some value on this. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't be scared to try it, or if you are scared to try it, don't be scared to talk to someone like me. It doesn't even have to be me. It can be anyone, right? The cool thing that we do is we do help you, with the ads. We help you record the videos. We build the landing pages for you. We help you test, build the audiences, do all this stuff. But whatever, that's besides the point. Don't be scared of it. If you're leaving so much money on the table, it's crazy if you're not doing this. And so with that, hope you got some value. I will see you on the next one. Peace.